Hello, hello, hello. Uh, okay. This is the first video and already a little distraction, but whatever. I am coming to you to review horror movies and horror movies only. Reviews, and if there are any reactions, I could do the reactions as well too. The first movie that I'm gonna review about and tell you about, if I recommend and highly recommend, is called Shallow Grave. It's came out in 1987. It's about four girls traveling to Florida for, I'm gonna say, spring break. Where there they encounter a murder and everything just goes left from there. They're framed in a way, sort of, and no one believes them, which is odd, but I mean, you know. So it starts off with these four girls in college. Again, they're driving from somewhere north, going south to Florida for spring break. They stopped due to, well, they didn't stop, I'm sorry. They had a flat tire, so they pulled over on the side of the road. One bimbo decides that there was no way she can fill that trunk with all of those clothes with that spare tire in the back. Neither one knows how to change a tire except the one. The four girls consist of Patty, Sue Ellen, Cindy, and Rose. Sue Ellen is the naive bimbo type dummy, if you will. Patty is the smart, but yet she's not fully there, if you will. Let's just say she was the smart one of the group. And then Rose was the whore, and then you had the rich one, which was Cindy. She was just there. She seemed a little bit bossy and things like that. Again, they caught a flat while they were driving. Sue Ellen has to pee. There she goes into the woods to go and piss. She she hears a woman giggling. So she decides to be nosy to go and see what took place. There she sees the sheriff of the town, which is in Medley, Georgia. She sees the sheriff and some random woman laying on a blanket. It seems as though they just had sex. I'm here for it too, honey. In the park, in the woods. But that's besides the point. They decide to do it. Well, we're doing it done. He said, okay, let's go. It's time to go back to work. She said no. She wanted to get another roll in the hay. And honey, I don't blame you. He must got some good dick because she wanted to go again. Baby, and I am here for it all. But nevertheless, he kept saying, no, let's go back. She decided to go into this rage and this fit about saying she was going to tell his wife, you still love her. First off, honey, he married and he got kids. Are you mad about that? Girl, that's not a good look for you. But she screamed and said she was going to tell his wife and his family, his whole business. She was going to ruin him, and he didn't like that. So what he did was, by him being a sheriff, he took matters into his own hands. He choked the bitch. And then he broke her fucking neck. So she's no longer in the union anymore, and he don't have another fuck buddy to fuck. So he's stuck with his wife. Sue Ellen sees it, whimpers, runs. He tries to chase after or see what's going on. On the other hand, Patty, she walks to the gas station to get some help for a phone to get a tow truck. Meanwhile, the other two girls are starting to worry about little old Sue Ellen. So they decide to venture up into the woods to see if they can find her, because They still think she's adolescent and that she likes to play games, which she does. Upon going into the woods, they discovered the sheriff putting on his clothes and the truck and sister girl that he didn't kill. Rose, being a whore that she is and just don't care, she asked the woman for a cigarette. Unbeknownst to her, the lady's dead. So when she finally discovered that she was dead, the cop was pulling out his gun, and Patty, it was Sue Ellen, well, not Sue Ellen, I'm sorry. Cindy was still asking, like, hey, there was a girl here. I'm not sure if you've seen her. We need help. Our car has caught a flat, yada, yada, yada. And that's when Rose decides to say, she's dead, she's dead, she's dead. At that particular point, the sheriff shot Rose. I didn't like her character. Rose in the hand, and then he shot her in the head. And I was happy that she died because I didn't really care for her fucking character. She was, ugh. So when she died, I was like, oh no, it's starting off early. Cindy managed to escape the wood. Well, I'm sorry, let's stop right there. Sue Ellen decides she finally managed to make it out the woods. And there she sees Cindy walk. No, I'm sorry. These ladies and their fucking names. There she sees Patty coming back from the gas station in a sweltering mess. She limps towards her, and then they limp back, as in something happened. She told her something did happen. She told her that, I just witnessed a murder, girl. Something happened. So in the meantime, in between time, Cindy, she finally rushes out. This is the part that kind of ticked me off about her. So she runs back to the car. She gets in. There's no key, but it's in the trunk. Okay, but you can't drive because you have a flat tire. Instead of her just running when she's seen Sue Ellen and Patty, she stands there and screams as if they can hear her. You're bringing attention to the man, and he came out, choked her to death. He choked another bitch. It's just only so much I could take. Sue Ellen and Patty wind up making it to the gas station. But this is hunting season, so there was no one there. The phone rings. Sue Ellen and Patty decides to go on the side of the building, which her character kind of ticked me off on this one too. Like, you just standing there in utter and complete shock as if something just happened. But it's a dog bow and a dog chain. Sue Ellen hears the phone ring. She busts the window of the door, sticks her hand in there, and the dog attacks her. This is why she said she's a bimbo. But Patty should have said something and, it wouldn't got there. The cops pull up. It's the deputy. Now his character is full of fucking air holes. He's just as dumb as Sue Ellen, if not dumber. He want to be this tough as nails. I'm this person. I'm, second in command, but he's dumb. They're telling the girls are telling them what happened. They saw a murder. Well, just the one. She saw a murder and all this extra, but of course, they're going to say they don't believe them because what happened, they caught them trying to break into the gas station. So the sheriff came back. The deputy told him, like, hey, look, I caught these two girls. They were breaking or entering, but they say they witnessed a murder. The sheriff goes in, talks to them, says, do you recall what the man looks like? She said no. Now, what also pissed me off, I get it's a movie, yes, and how they write it, and, people always going to say, no, bitch, That kind of upsetted me as well, because, you saw him. You saw the color of hair, and that's one thing that could have stood out. You should say he had dark hair. He was a brunette. She didn't say that. Oh, I didn't see anything. But you witnessed someone getting killed. Girl, die. But anyway. The movie is not good. It's a lot of plot. It's a lot of holes in it that could have been filled. The deputy finally became friendly with the girls. But the sheriff knows, he's like, okay, these might be the girls that witnessed this murder. This might be the girl that witnessed the murder. They all together. He planned it out so good. He got their car, took all of their luggage out, threw it somewhere. He sent the deputy into town to see if anybody's missing because, of course, he is the sheriff. So, and these two girls, not four girls, is it four? Yeah, four girls aren't even from this town. Comes in, oh no, something just happened. Our car is flat. They don't believe it's four of them. They only believe it's two. They were trying to break and enter it, but their study telling them like, no, there's a killer on the loose. He just murdered this woman. The deputy went into town. He slowly gets these little hints, and it's just like, okay, why are you acting like this? The sheriff seems to be just all over the place, but he keeps his composure at times, if you will. He has this fits of rage as well too, as where it comes off like he's giving himself away. And again, the deputy is dumb. He goes into town to see if anybody's missing because again, they're in a small town. The only one that's missing is Angie, the whore. So he goes back. He said, there's only one person missing, it's Angie. And he said, could you just go by a place just to make sure? He said, okay, I'll go. The deputy stayed behind. The sheriff went into town to go to Angie's house. Of course, he knows what he says. She says it because why? He was fucking her. He took a lot of her belongings, put them in a suitcase, and set her shit on fire. Let's not forget this. This is the main important part that I forgot, which is so dumb of me. Upon killing all three women, the sheriff dug a hole for them and buried them. Now, when he drugged not Sally, who the fuck is Sally? When he drugged Cindy into the ground, his badge fell in the dirt, unbeknownst to him. Now, this is where shit starts to come up and get real. This is where the story starts to really unfold, and now it's a lot going on, in a way. This man, I guess again it's hunting season. This man and his dog were wandering in the woods. The dog discovered something. He called the cops. They went out there. They round up some other people, picked up the bodies, put them in the little bags and everything like that. So while they're there, they're like, oh my God, these girls were telling the truth. There are three women that's dead, so on and so forth. Again, this is the deputy that went to shit. I think I'm mixing up the damn, putting all types of parts of the movie. Look, the movie was shitty, okay? I'm not even going to go into the whole thing. The movie was shitty. The sheriff killed those girls because Sue Ellen caught him fucking and killed the one chick, Angie, and then he tried to cover himself up, but it wasn't going to be that way. The deputy was a dumb blonde that just didn't seem like he knew he was just there. They kept trying to tell him, like, look, this man killed this woman. Sue Ellen finally discovered that it was him when he shouted at the deputy, and that's when everything came rushing back to her. Oh my God, it's him. All because he shouted. The movie is such a waste of time. I'm not even sure why it's on Tubi if you want to take a look at it. It's a horror movie, but it doesn't have any horror elements. It seems more like a suspense or a thriller, if you will. It's not, most people are usually a horror movie. It's somebody with a mask on or something like that. But this was just random, like random murder. Angie's was kind of sort of okay. Well, not okay. Hers was done because they knew each other and she was going to spill the beans on him. And honey, you don't tell nobody's business like that. You are the side piece. Act your part, honey. If you want to be the hoe, be that hoe. But don't get mad because he don't want to give you another round of dick. So just so happens these other girls just randomly show up and they're getting killed because of this. That man was so clever. He was, very clever. He tried to pin everything on the girls. When he wanted to talk to them again, he was going to go back to the jail to go kill them, basically. But they caught on and they escaped. This is where everything, again, collectively, deputy not knowing, he's trying to put two and two together. Not fucking really. The girl is begging and pleading like, no, it's him, and this sheriff wouldn't do anything. Look at all these awards and all this extra stuff. It's just like, sir, he's gonna believe this man because that's who he works with versus two random girls that comes into town that they don't even know. The deputy had to go back where they were running at in the woods again to go get Sue Ellen, while he goes back to the jail to go kill Rose. And so he did. It's a lot of stuff that I'm missing out, which some of it is important. Like they met two guys at a restaurant. They're not even part of the fucking story, so it's just like you could leave them out. They're forgettable, to be honest. So Cindy died, which I was kind of upset about that one. Not Cindy, Rose, not that dummy. Fucking Patty Mayonnaise. We're just gonna call it that. That's the only way I can remember her name. She died. I was kind of upset about that. And I think he raped her, but they didn't show that part. I could be wrong because he did snatch off her bra and he choked her and then threw her on a bed. And then when the boys came in, that's when we saw her strung up against the bars for the window. They found Sue Ellen and she got shot. But the deputy said, stop, stop, stop. They called the ambulance. Ambulance came. Sheriff came. Again, it's so much stuff that points towards the sheriff that he knows things. And when it comes to the deputy is just like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Like all of this. And he's just not really thinking or putting two and two together. The movie to me was crud. It could have been done a little bit different. The story was, it was decent. I didn't really care only one character, and that was just Patty. It could have been a little bit more whatever. The end of the movie was shitty. When I say shitty, it was fucking shitty. So again, Sue Ellen has to get rushed to the hospital because baby, she got bit by a dog. She just twisted her ankle and she got shot in the leg. Sheriff says, okay, I'm going to go with her just in case she confesses. Again, not thinking. So the big man, I don't recall his name because he was whatever. He was the one who dog had discovered the ladies. He said, oh, yeah, you dropped the badge. So the deputy, being dumb again, that's not mine, that's Dean's. Oh, okay. Well, the sheriff must have dropped this when getting this out. But the sheriff wasn't even there when the bodies came. It was the deputy. And so guess what? The fucking deputy put two and two together at that fucking point, and that's when the movie goes off. When I tell you the movie was shitty, I was very upset. Do you know how many times I tried to watch this fucking movie? Because I said, you know what? When I do a review, I'm going to do the review on some type of movie. That wasn't going to be the first movie I was going to do. This just randomly popped up. I'm like, okay, let me watch this. It was on Tubi. I said, you know what? No, it's going to be this movie. That movie is shitty. I think that's a movie you'll probably watch when you're high. And I don't smoke, but that pissed me the fuck off, that movie. If you want to watch it, you can. Again, it's on Tubi TV. It's called Shallow Grave. Now, I don't highly recommend the damn movie, but we all have different tastes and style. I don't care for it. It was horrible. I'm not even finished. I'm just at the part where Sue Ellen was in the barn. Again, this is the third time. Second time, I only made it to the when the car caught flat, and I'm just like, no, I can't watch this again. It was horrible. Horrible. Just horrible. If you do watch it, if you watch this video, which I know this video is all over the place, and that's okay. I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect. You can let me know what you think about the damn movie, and we can discuss. Cause I hated the movie. That deputy pissed me off. The sheriff was so fucking clever, but, ugh, yeesh. But yeah, again, Shallow Grave from 1987. It's on Tubi TV. What I'm going to typically try to do is upload videos every Tuesday. I'll watch a movie on Monday and upload it on Tuesday since I don't know why, but whatever. And, just do what you gotta do. Like, comment, subscribe, share, branch off, kiss, hug, whatever. Again, just watch the movie if you want to and let me know what you think. Thank you.